So this International Day of the Girl Child means so much to me because I'm a woman. And I look back at my own life, growing up in rural Malawi, walking to school without shoes. So every girl in this country, but also every girl in the world needs to be given a chance. And I think about many challenges that girls go through in life. Many girls are abused. Many girls don't have an opportunity even to go to school. Other girls, even when they start school, they don't finish school. And even when they grow up and get married, they get into many issues, many challenges. And so this day is important because we need to think about opportunities for girls, making sure that every girl is able to fulfill their destiny, fulfill their desires in life. To me, it means digital transformation because we have seen what COVID-19 has done all over the world, not only in Malawi, all over the world. Everyone now needs digital skills, but we've also seen digital divide where not everyone has got opportunities to use their skills, even just to have a gadget in a school. And I think at this point, just reflecting on education, our girls, they start school very young, but throughout their educational trajectory, they need to have digital skills, they need to have gadgets that can enable them even learn in school. So this theme has come at the right time. The whole world is going through transformation, and digital transformation is something that we should embrace not only as a nation, but I think globally, so that every girl should be given an opportunity to have the skills, to have resources, to have even equipment that they need so that they can learn in school but also flourish even if they want to do business. So in my field of expertise, gender digital divide manifests in many ways. What I have seen, particularly during COVID-19 era, is that the girl child does not have the skills. Not all girls have got the skills, particularly those girls that have been raised in rural Malawi and rural areas of this country. But I also know that even when they have the skills, they don't have the gadgets. And I want to give an example. Our own university, the Malawi University of Science and Technology, we decided to embark on online teaching and learning. And we went out to rural areas. First, we found that many students, many girls did not even have a laptop, a tablet, even a smartphone to use for online teaching and learning. But even when they had gadgets, there was also a problem with internet connectivity. So it's not just about gadgets, it's also about internet connectivity, but also attitude. So although we decided to embark on online teaching and learning, some parents had questions about effectiveness and quality of teaching and learning, and then that translated to even students questioning why we're embarking on teaching and learning in that manner. But what I've discovered is that whether we like it or not, digital transformation is here and it is here to stay. And I think our responsibility, particularly those of us in higher education and any area of education, we need to encourage our young people to learn to use their digital skills, but then, particularly with digital divide, ensure that no girl should have a situation where they don't have equipment. So I do call upon private sector, our own governments, to provide resources for young people to have equipment that they can use so that they use the equipment to learn, and that their education should not be affected. So digital divide, and particularly gender digital divide, is evident not only in Malawi, but all over the world. And I think we all have to stand for the girl child. Let's ensure that no girl lives without equipment, without a smartphone, or maybe a laptop, so that they actually should proceed with their studies. We can bridge the gap, digital divide gap, by investment. So firstly, I would want to say that governments, particularly our own government here in Malawi, should invest in digital technology. And then we should also look at development partners. Development partners support our governments. They have a lot of initiatives. They have to invest as well. Not only investing in software, but also investing in hardware, equipment, infrastructure. I also want to call upon private sector. So private sector always talk about social corporate responsibility, but I want to say no. It is about building our nation. Malawi 2063 is actually dependent on skills development, particularly for the youth. So there has to be indeed investment for social software and investment for hardware. I also want to call upon parents. Many times parents think someone should do it, but I also want to call upon each parent, even those that are in rural areas, to encourage investment, but also they themselves trying to do what they can do in their small way. And finally, the students themselves, the girl child, should be encouraged to embrace digital technologies, but at the same time be willing to learn, because you can have equipment, but if you don't use your skills, then it will be a waste. So it's going to be multiple players on the field to bridge this gap, but it depends on investment. There has to be real investment, not someone thinking they're doing something for somebody as a favor. No, it's about skills development for Malawi. If we're going to achieve Malawi's Agenda 2063, there has to be an investment into digital technologies, digital skills, and so that we can bridge the gap. And in that way, we also achieve African Agenda 2063, the Africa we want, but also finally Sustainable Development Goals, leaving no one behind. As an institution of higher learning, MAST has embarked on this initiative to ensure that we bridge the gap, but at the same time we build skills. So at MAST, we are offering both undergraduate programs and postgraduate programs in information technology. We're looking at issues of security, computer security. We've also gone into data science, and many other programs at postgraduate level. We ensure that every student in our university has got digital skills. At the same time, we've also been building resources for at least a student to have a laptop or a tablet. We've worked with international partners, private sector, and including government to get resources for our students. We've also embarked on family involvement, parents' involvement. So we have a forum. We discuss with parents what they need to do, how they can support their own children, because we know that if parents are not on board, then we'll have challenges. Let's get every parent on board. And we've also done our own, survey to look at what's happening in the country in terms of connectivity, because there are times students are at home, they learn from their homes. And we've done a survey there to look at what can we do to support the students. We've also been doing what we call reverse billing. So if a student is at home in Chinteje or they're in Japananga, they can still learn online, and MAST takes up the cost. So reverse billing has really helped, and I call upon private sector to support us, because we want to make sure that no one is left behind. Every student is able to graduate on time. And remember, whether we like it or not, every human being actually requires digital skills. And even when they graduate, they'll still need the skills, they'll need the technology. So let's build the capacity. So capacity building is something that requires everybody's involvement. That's why in my previous response, I talked about making sure we have development partners on board, we have government on board, we have parents on board, the students themselves on board, and of course making sure that private sector play a critical role in this whole initiative. Remember, particularly for the girl, let's not leave the girl behind. The girl's investment is an investment for the whole village, it's an investment for a nation, it's an investment for Africa, and of course, it's global investment.